Hi, everyone, and how is everyone doing? I hope you are all well, that your week has been amazing, and Happy New Month. This is the first time we're meeting as we going through this month of February. I'm so excited for this month, and I hope you guys are excited too. So here we are, and let's get into it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if it's not the first time that we are meeting, I'm so grateful for having you here today, and I'm extremely happy to have you as well. And if it's not the first time that we are meeting, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking your time and being here. Feel free to let me know where you're coming from. Drop me a hi. Drop any of your questions that you might need. So new month, and we have new goals. But today I want to talk specifically about a checklist, and this is something that you should be looking at your business as well. And every time I come through, I always, when I'm going through, I also think about my business as well. If it is following the exact checklist and exactly the exact points that we need to have in order to actually move our business a little bit further than what they are now. So for this month, I'm leaving and being our first live of the month today, I really would like us to look at how is our branding. And if you've been here for a few months and for a while, you've probably already noticed that we always talk about how important it is for you to brand yourself rather than branding the company that you might be with or branding the product that you might be using. It is important that you are known as that specific person that is expert in that specific topic rather than being known as Leila from company X or Leila from company B. There's a lot of people in your company that they probably might have they might have achieved such a high level that it doesn't really do anything to their name if they're known by their company. But if you're just starting and you want to build multiple sources of income and you want to be known for something specific, then I'll definitely urge you to look at your business and think about it as a brand, because people like to do business with people. It doesn't matter how much money you're making and all of that, but if you're not truth and you're not going directly to the point, then people will probably not want to even have a look at what you're actually offering. So important to realize that what you have right now, it's a personal brand and you need to leverage that, and that people will probably, and not probably, but people will definitely be able to do business with someone that they can trust and someone that they know it's a real person. So decide that you're going to be doing that. So let's look at the checklist for your business for an entrepreneur. The first thing to think about is that you want to define your brand. What are your brand values, and what are your beliefs, and how is that going to be incorporated in the brand that you're actually building right now? These are really important questions. There's like few values that need to be in place. Like for me, I know that I like organization and I like really great customer service. So part of my brand definitely is having really great customer service, being able to serve people correctly, give them what they need, and answer them when they need. So really important for me, that's the one thing. Really provide what they're asking for, and if there's dissatisfaction, be able to know what's the core part of the problem and be able to offer really great and efficient solution. Number two is that you have to identify your strengths. What are you good at? And this is great because probably the things that you're great at, you are going to be getting the best results. But it's also good to know what are you great at, because you're going to be putting 10x more and you're going to look at the results that is going to bring you. So then it's extremely important to sit down and think about what am I really great at and how can I continue doing this over and over again so I can get better and better results. And it's also important to know what are your weaknesses, because then when you are at that level of being able to delegate, then that's probably the first thing that you're going to be able to do. You're going to delegate those things that you're not so great at and your weaknesses. And delegation is really an important part of your business, and there are certain things that you are going to be delegating first. You're going to be delegating first in your business, and you want to do that in a level that you actually can do. Number two is that you want to know who is your target audience. And to know your target audience, it's basically knowing who am I speaking to right now. I know that I'm speaking with entrepreneurs that really want to start their business online, that are looking for new strategies to get better results, and entrepreneurs that have probably started something, but now they're looking at a new opportunity, and they also want to know how to use social media correctly. So that's some of my audience. And the real good thing for you to know is that your target audience, you're probably going to have multiple facets. So you're going to have multiple audience avatars, meaning you're going to have different personas. But it's so important for you to know that you really need to know their pains, their needs, and how you can help them and what are their desires, so that when you start producing and you start making content and you start creating value, are really going to be able to touch on those three things. What are your prospects suffering from? What are the solutions that your prospects are looking for? And the solution is going to be based on your product, the product that you have, the product that you're going to be able to provide. So you really want to know who they are. And the only way for you to know what can you really provide them is by knowing more or less who they are, and going and engaging in a conversation with them, and really being that person that is listening rather than just talking. Because this is one thing that happens with a lot of entrepreneurs, is that when we have our amazing products, we just go out and we start bashing people with all the amazing things that our products can do. The truth is, our products are amazing, our services are amazing, but if we don't listen, then we'll never be able to really touch the people where they are most painful, and we're never going to be able to get to touch them correctly. So the fourth thing to want to know now is that you really want to create your brand story. And this is something I learned most recently, that it's really important that your story really resonates with you. How do you want people to know who you are? And if you've already chosen your niche, if you had to look back and be in a room full of people, what would you want to know? What would you want to be known as? So those are really important questions for you to ask yourself. So how do you want your brand to be known? And in what part of this entrepreneurship journey that you want your brand to be known? And when people are sitting, what would you want to hear about your brand? I think those are really important questions, because that is like reverse engineering. You're thinking about who you are, what type of services do you have, and when people are talking about your services, that's going to be what you would want to hear and what would you want to be providing to people. So really do that exercise and start looking from this point of view, not as the person that does everything, but as that person that, that person that really is not being judgmental, but really is looking from a different angle. So you want to do that. Number 3 is that number 5 is that you want to find your voice. Finding a voice is finding the angle that you want to speak about. And most of the times I give this example when we talk about health and fitness. There's many different ways that people can go through and talk about it. And there's people that are only focusing on, for example, breastfeeding mothers. How can they maintain their fitness without actually stopping their breast milk production? There is really a specific way, a specific angle, a specific voice that your product and services can actually bring into this amazing platform that we are all in. So what is that voice that you have? How do you want to be different? What is the angle that you're bringing? How can your products and services be different? What are the things that they're looking at? And these are really important questions for you to ask yourself, because sometimes you might think, but there's so many people selling the same thing, but how can I be different? And here is where your product is going to be different, because it's going to be catering to a specific type of people with a specific type of needs. And sometimes actually the answer is going to be on the question, why are you doing what you're doing? What was the problem that you had that with the product and services that you're actually using or that you're actually providing, you were able to solve that? So that's exactly what you want to do. You want to sit down and see, what is my voice in this world full of noise. How can I be different, and how am I going to be different? Number 7 is actually be consistent. Whichever thing that you're going to be doing, whichever platform that you're going to be using, you really want to be consistent. You really want to provide the correct help that people are looking for, and you want to be there at the times that people are actually expecting you to be. So here you have seen that on the lives, we've actually reduced the amount of times that we are live. It's only going to be on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. This is because we've gone back to our Facebook algorithm, Facebook Insights, and that's how we've seen that this is the time that the most people are in and they're paying the most attention. So this is why it's also important for you to always go back and realize what is it that is working for you, and to cater your product in that specific light. Like, you really want to focus on what is actually producing you the more results. So be consistent, really know what is working for you, and continue doing it, because people want to know where to find you, how to connect with you, and how to actually interact with your content. So this is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday. And have a beautiful new week. And I'm really wishing you a beautiful February. And I believe that great things are really going to happen to you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Bye.